Hi, I'm Tadeo Mendonça and I'm going to be teaching how to build a mail server which will integrate Postfix, Dovecot and Squirrelmail. It's very easy for you to install a mail server. You just have to know the packages, how to install the packages and how to deal with some Linux commands, or in this case I'm using CentOS 5. So I'll be installing all those packages for me to build a mail server. Then I'll just right click and then open the terminal. What I will do, or what I'm using, I'm just using the CD. I mounted the CD that I installed the operating system itself, and I'll use this CD for me to install the mail server, or for me to install the packages for me to have a mail server. What we have to do now is going into the CD folder that have the packages. So just CentOS, and then I'm already in. So in this folder you find every package. In each and every CD of Linux machines you find packages enough to build some programs. There are some limitations, but as you go along you'll find the limitations, or you will know what exactly the limitations are. And then I'll be starting by going, okay, I made a mistake right now. I was supposed to go to root. Let me change for me to go to root, which is su and then minus. Let me put the password. Okay, once the password is done, I'm on root. So for you to build something, you need to go on root. Always use root for installations, and if you can also use sudo, sudo, which is the prefix to use any root command. But you can also become root, and then you can install with no problems, so you don't need to use sudo. And what else? Okay, let me just begin, and then I'll go again to the folder which is media. Then I'm here. So what I first have to do is use rpm, which is the Red Hat package manager, and then minus ihv, which is the prefix to install for the installation. And then I'll use Postfix, but I'm sure that if I use, okay, let me clear this thing. Let me just clear it so it doesn't become a mess. Okay, I'll use rpm minus ihv Postfix. It's already there in the folder. I just use tab for me to look for it, for the real name. So if you can see, the Postfix that I want to install is this one. So I'll just use this one, the next digit, and then I'll use tab for the command to be completed. Then as you see, the name has completed itself. And then when I install it, it will come with dependencies. So dependencies are those packages that depend, or that the package itself that you are trying to install depend on itself, for example. But in this case, in Postfix, we don't have any dependencies right now, so it's installing right away. But as we go along, we will find some dependencies that some packages need for them to work properly. Okay, let me just wait. The system is a little bit slow. Okay, I believe it's done. Let me just wait a bit. Okay, then we installed Postfix. Postfix is done. So what we have to do now is going into the Postfix configuration file, which is on vi/etc/postfix, and then main. And as I was saying, I need to in the configuration file I need to do some modifications, and then I just need a file. I have a backup here that will
help me on how to be installing these packages, or not installing, but changing the configuration file of Postfix. Let me just put it aside so I can see everything that I need. So as you can see in the Postfix, in the main CF file, I need to install or to change the init interface to local and then lock this parameter here, and then change all of this. And then what I have to do, for me to not take time, because this file is a little bit large or big, I just look for it, and then I just use escape. Let me just close this thing. I'll just use escape column and the slash, and then I'll put the word that I'm looking for. It I'm looking for init interface. This is what I'm looking for. Once I find it, if you check in here, this is the one that we are looking for. This is what we are looking for if you check here. So what you have to do is take this sign here so it becomes active. So what I have to do, just press X and then it will be off. Then what I have to do is in here I will just insert a hash here, and then it will be done. So let me just look for my destination, then you go down, then you find the parameter. My destination here, what I have to change is this one. I'll just change this one. I'll put a hash in here, and then I'll change the hash to here. So this one, this parameter is the one that's going to be effective. So let me just put it down. So once it is done, I'll check for, if you check nicely, I'm following this lines here. Now I'm looking for the home mailbox where all the mails will be stored. So I'll just look for home mailbox. Then I found it, and I want this mail there, not the mailbox but the mail there, to be always in the home of every user I create. So I'll just close it. Now I'll save and close. You can just use column and X. It will be done. After you have done this, you'll do service postfix. Actually, before you do that, you have to change the MTA, which is the mail transfer agent. So in order for you to do that, you have to install system switch mail. This is the package that you use for you to switch the MTA. Let me just install it for a bit. Then I'll go system / switch. Then if you see that, I'll need this 0 here. Then I'll install it. Okay, it is installing. It's very easy, as you can see. Once it is done, I'll just do system. Okay, let me just start the Postfix service by service postfix start. Now I believe the service will be started. The service has started. Now I have to change from CentMail, because CentMail is the default package that is running, or is the default daemon that is running for mails. So I have to change by using system switch mail. When you do an enter, I'll just change to, as you can see, it's in CentMail. I need to change to Postfix. As I change to Postfix, and then I say OK. Once I do that, now Postfix becomes, you see, successfully done. Now you see that Postfix becomes the default mail transfer agent. So in order for you to test yourself, you just test telnet and then use localhost, or you can use the default loopback address, which is 127.1.0.0.1. In this case, I'll just use localhost, and then use the port that the Postfix uses. It uses 25, and then you check here. As you can check here, it's Postfix here. If you see that Postfix is there, it means that Postfix is now the default MTA. So I'll just quit. Okay, once it is done, I just clear it for you. I have to install Dovecot. I'm done with Postfix. Postfix is already done. I can send mail locally. And then what I have to do is to install Dovecot. Use the same command, Dovecot. Okay, I have in there to be installed. As I told you, the dependencies would come, and they came already. Let me start by installing this dependency here. So this dependency you can start. I'm sure I don't have lib. If you search for lib, there's a lot, but not libmysql client, which is this one. So I'll just do a trick of mine that I didn't know. I found it by myself. You can use, instead of lib, you can use just mysql client or mysql. Let me install it. HV mysql, and then you follow which one you can install. Let me install this 5 here. By installing this 5, I'm sure you'll be able to go forward. So I have a problem with another dependency. What I have to do, because I don't need this MySQL at all, I just need MySQL to install Dovecot. I'll just use --no deps for me to be able to install it without the dependencies, or just ignoring the dependencies. I'll just be able to install it. As you can see, it's installing now. Okay, so we have installed it successfully. Let me just clear it, because I like cleaner things. Let me just go back to the Dovecot, and then I install it again. You'll be able to install. So it's installed already, Dovecot. Then you can enjoy your IMAP. I used POP3. Postfix uses POP3, and Dovecot uses IMAP for receiving the mails. So what you have to do before you start the service, you have to go on the configuration file, which is on etc.dovecot. So while I go there, let me just explain something for you. It's best practice for you to always backup your configuration files, your original or default configuration file, because once you make a mistake, you can always go back on the configuration file, on the original configuration file, and then you find your mistake in there. You can repair your mistake in there. So what you have to do is look for protocols. Let me just look for protocols, column, then slash protocols, find it's already there. So what you have to do, just take the hash. With an X you can do it very fast. So next is, as you can see in here, is mail location. Mail location, let me look for it. Mail location. If I come in here, you find that it's the same line in here, and then I just have to take the S, this hash there, Then let me look for pop3 underscore uidl. I think this thing is enough. Okay, it's here. Just have to take the hash again. Let me look now for IMAP client. Sorry, IMAP client. It is in there. It's here. IMAP client workarounds. So what you have to do, just delete this thing here, and then you add all those lines that weren't there. So I'll just add this delay, look for it, delay new mail, and then netscape dash EOH. As you can see, I'm following this line here. I'm just adding all those parameters that are not there. So once I'm done, I just press escape, and then I'll look again for pop3 underscore client underscore work. This will be enough. Okay, I found it, and then I take out this hash, and then I'll just insert all those lines, all those parameters that are not here, like this outlook idle, no, sorry, it's outlook no nulls space OE dash NS dash EOH. So with Dovecot, it's pretty okay. So for you, in order for you to do that, to save and quit, just use X. Then it's done. What you have to do, you just go service Dovecot start. Okay, let me just explain something for you again. In order for the server to be always up and running when you restart the whole server, and Postfix, you want the Postfix to be there always, you need to change the run levels. So I'll change run level of Postfix and Dovecot. In order for me to do that, I'll just use the check config minus level, which is the run level 3 for Postfix. Sorry, Postfix on. I'm putting Postfix on run level 3, and then I'll do it again for the run level 5. Now what I have to do is to change as well Dovecot for it to be on all the time, even when I need to restart. Run level 5 again, and then it's done. Okay, once it's done, all the services are up. We are good to go and install Squirrelmail. So just do rpm -ihv Squirrelmail. It's there, and then I install it. I don't know if there are dependencies in there. There are dependencies. What we have to do is to install those dependencies PHP. So I'll start by PHP, those MB string. I'll go rpm -ihv PHP. If you notice, everything is just there in the CD. I'll try and install it. If there is any dependency, I'll just use no deps, as I explained you earlier. It is installing. What else I need to install? I need to install this PHP 4. Let me see. I don't think I have 4. I think I have 5. So it doesn't matter if it's 4 or 5. Doesn't matter the version, but if it is the latest, the better. Okay, let me check 5. I have 5. Let me install it. There are dependencies, you already know. Let me clear it for you. if there are dependencies, minus minus, no depths. You got it. As you can see, it's very easy to install. And then we go back. Let me go back for the installation of Squirrelmail. You'll see that it will be installed nicely for you. It is there. You are just in the end. We are about to end this tutorial, and this is very easy to install. This was a project that was requested in my school when I was doing my bachelor degree for system administration and networks. It's very useful for any organization to have a mail server, because it's a way of communication, and anyone working with system administration needs to know how to build it and how to administer it. So it is done. What I have to do, Squirrelmail works with HTTP. So this is a service for example, you can use Apache also, but I'll just use HTTP because it's already installed in my system. So I'll just go service HTTP D for daemon, and then I say restart because it's already there. Oh, failed. What failed? Let me just go again. Restart. It was not started. Oh, sorry, it was not started. So started now. So I have HTTPD. As you know already, you saw the configurations. We need to go to the interface for me to be able to access the Squirrelmail. So okay, because I didn't specify any IP address already, because if you are in a network environment, you need to specify an IP address in Postfix for them to know, or for the operating system to know that this is the IP address that needs to be accessed outside the local host. So I'm just doing it for educational purposes, so not teach further. So for you to find it, you just need to go HTTP column, then backslash, forward slash, two forward slashes, and then you use local host, then slash again, webmail. This is where Squirrelmail is. So it's here. This was installed. So you can also use the loopback IP address. It's fine. It will always direct you to the same thing. So this is where Squirrelmail is. So I created a user. Let me just tell you, never mess with root in mail. It's not advisable. This is not for best practice. Just go with that dev here, and then put the not now, don't want to remember, put the password, and as you can see, let me continue. Okay, there's a problem saying error connecting to IMAP server localhost, permission denied. Oops, I just made a mistake. Whenever you're trying to do this kind of installation, you need to install, or you need to disable SE Linux and the firewall. Otherwise, you won't be having access to the IMAP port, or the POP3 port, or the 25 port, or the 143 port. Let me just go to security level, and then you disable it from here. You see firewall, you disable it. SE Linux, you disable it. Then you press OK, yes, and then you'll be able to log in with your new mail server. So here we are.
confirming. So this is the interface for the mail server. As you can see, I don't have any mail. You can see it from here. Let me just test and use any user. I already created a user, but anyways, let me just create a user for you in case you don't know. I'll just create a new user. It's very easy. You just need to go to root first. Let me just go to root, put a password, and after the password you say user add, for example, John. After that you set the password for John, password, and then you say John to ask you for the new password. Let me just put the same password. It's too bad, it's fine, just for testing purposes, then it's fine. After that, let me exit and exit again. Okay, oh no, sorry. For example, here, let me just send them. Let me compose a mail, send a new mail to John for the user I just created. Let me say John. I don't need to put the address, the complete address, because it's on the same domain, so I don't need. Just put the user and then it will run right away. Either way you can use it, it's fine. You can say testing server, then there's a lot of priority things, and then I just go down and then I say send, and then it will send. After that, for me to check that the other user received or got the email, I just have to sign out and then click back again here, and then I will go to John, user John, and then I log in. Not now, confirming. Okay, and then I'm here to user John. As you can see, the mail came from Tadeu, which is the other user that I created, the first one. And then add localhost.local domain. I didn't use any let me say any other name for the server. I'm just using basic things for you to install the server, or for you to configure the server. As you can see, if you click on test, then you see testing server. So this is the mail that I just sent. Let me just answer the mail, just go reply, and then I can say test confirmed, and then I send. Let me send it. I can even add any attachment, it's fine. Okay, after that I need to log out and go to the other user again. It's very easy. So let me just go back to Tadeu, password, login, not now. And then you see it's John here, the same domain. It's replying the test, so test confirmed, it's here. So this is it. So this is actually you can change the let me say the domain. For example, you just go to the configuration file of Postfix, and then you change and then you put the right domain in there, and then you'll find that all the emails will come with the specific domain that you registered. So this is the end of the tutorial. I'd like to thank you all for your attention, and may God be with you.